Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. Today is Thursday, March 10th, 2022. I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach, and I am here to discuss this small little two-game slate after the big giant 12-gamer last night. This seems like a drop in the bucket. So we're going to dive into this two-gamer pretty quickly here, break it down, get you ready for really the first small slate we've had like this since the All-Star break. So it should be fun. But I would be remiss not to start off by making a big thank you out there to Draftkings. Draftkings hosted us at Coach Talk last night at the Houston Rockets game against the LA Lakers. So we made the trek down from Dallas to Houston for the game. It was a fantastic game. I mean, you can't see a more exciting game. The place was sold out, about half Lakers fans to Rockets fans, and place was just rocking and rolling with a big overtime victory for the Rockets. So a lot of fun. Big thanks to, again, DraftKings for the invite. We've got some things cooking here at Coach Talk with DraftKings that we'll announce here probably next week. So that's very exciting for us. And also big shout out to our man, Jacob D, who is one of our members. He's in the Houston area, and he was able to join myself and Dawson at the, in the suite there for DraftKings. So great guy. Wish him the best. He's awesome. And it was great to have some time to sit down and talk with him. Good lineups last night. We were so close to really like some optimal lineups too. Crash Davis was really helping me get those final changes in, obviously like normal, right before lock, there's changes, right after lock, in the middle of lock. So we had to keep changing things as the night went on. And we did, we cashed, we did well, but the guys that were the odd man out in certain switches were all smashing. So the good thing is we cashed, we didn't crush it, but our process is just so razor sharp right now. We are right on the cusp. I've been in this spots through the years in DFS. And when you feel like you're in the zone like this and getting real close, usually you have one of those big takedown giant nights. So we think one is coming. And hey, if it's a two-game slate, we'll take that and we'll just roll that out there today. And that's fine with me. Huge slate again tomorrow night too. And you guys know I love these huge slates. I mean, I know I'm the only one probably in the industry that says more games, the better, but I'll take them. So again, thanks for listening in today. Had to just get that stuff in there. Again, two-gamer today, and we're going to dive into this and get you ready for these two. All right, first game of the night. It is the Brooklyn Nets at the Philadelphia 76ers. So this should be fun. James Harden gets to go against the old team. No Ben Simmons, unfortunately. But we have a real nice total and a pretty close spread. Philly's favored by 4. It's a 234.5 total. 115.25 implied for Brooklyn and 119.25 for Philly. So we have two solid totals here for both teams. Brooklyn comes in 33 and 33, wild threes. Philadelphia comes in 40 and 24. Injuries, we have 3 guys out for Brooklyn. That's LMA, Duke, and Simmons, of course. Only guy out for Philly is Danny Green. So when we look at a couple of things here, statistically, we can say Brooklyn is 11th in pace in the league. Philadelphia, we know, plays pretty slow at 28th and doesn't seem to be speeding up now that Harden's there. Even though it's a small sample size, they're still running, high pick and roll or posting up Embiid, and spacing the other guys out. So I think they're going to continue to be fairly slow paced. Defensively, 18th for Brooklyn, 10th for Philly. So a lot of intrigue, emotions. This game should be hepped up. The place should be buzzing tonight. Kyrie Irving gets to play because it's in Philly. So we know he's coming off that 50 real point performance. So we'll see how he can follow that up. And then, and certainly got to consider him And then you've got Kevin Durant, who's just a machine. He's, again, not human. He's 10-3, which is fair for his output. Also, a couple of guys I think that you can consider here on the cheap. I've really enjoyed watching Bruce Brown play lately. He gets all the loose balls, all the hustle plays, and he can sneak up and make that number pretty easily with that 5.1 salary. Andre Drummond against Joel Embiid, that's a tough matchup for him. I'm a little concerned he'll get in some foul trouble, but with no LaMarcus Aldridge, he may get the extra minutes. So, it's one of those scenarios where we know he could rebound. We know he can stuff the stat sheet for DFS, but is he going to get enough minutes? Will they, use Claxton and some other guys there? That's a big decision. One I have not made yet, but I have thought about rolling Drummond out there at 5.7, and I have not played him in a long time, but his price is now right. And I do think with Aldridge out, he's going to get some more minutes. After that, it becomes tough. Curry can hit shots, but he's shot dependent. You've got a bench that's going to play. I mean, Mills, Dragic, Johnson, Claxton, as I said, Thomas, those guys are all going to get quality minutes. So they are going 10 deep. And really the big decision for me is KD is right now the leading runner for me for the top Brooklyn play over Kyrie. And then I like Brown as a value play on that side. For Philadelphia, it's completely different. So we've got Tyrese Maxey, who's been terrific, still priced in that mid-level at 7.4, so you can consider him. Your decision is Harden 10.4 or Embiid 10.8. I have a tendency here to lean Embiid, and the reason being it's just 2 games tonight, TNT doubleheader, national TV game. He's trying to lock down this MVP position that he's in. I could see him rising up and having a big game. And if he gets Drummond in foul trouble or, really takes advantage of him trying to pull Drummond from the basket, he should be able to feast on most of the other guys. So, the big thing will be, it can go 2 ways with Harden. Either Harden's going to really play his ass off and try to show up the Nets that, he's much better without them, which is possible, but he'll probably get some Bruce Brown, D, and some other guys they'll throw at him. Or Nets are going to be like, we're clamping this guy down and we're just, we're going to go at him hard. We're not going to let Harden beat us, just because, he turncoat, forced the trade, etc. So, I mean, you could look at it either narrative, and either one of them could pan out to be correct. But for me, I mean, Harden, I'm sure, is a great play. I don't feel comfortable playing Harden and Embiid, but I'm tempted to do so. It really comes down to, do you want one of Harden, Embiid, or Embiid, and then the Joker as your 2 pay-up guys? I think those are the 3 guys on this slate that you're going to need 2 of those guys. So making that decision is probably going to get you the win or not. For me, I'm probably going to go double bigs if I can on the sites that I can with Embiid and the Joker as of right now. But time will tell. As we know, as the day goes on, things do change. After that, really, Tobias at 6.3 is so cheap for him and certainly has the capability of having a great game, but he literally is their 4th option now. Maxey being the 3rd guy. So it's a little bit hard to go there. And then their bench, too much sporadic minutes for the bench, not looking at that one. All right, the second game, 10 o'clock, the second night of that TNT doubleheader. It's Golden State is a 1.5 point favorite over the Denver Nuggets. It's a 227 total, 114.25 implied for Golden State, 112.75 for the Denver Nuggets. Golden State comes in at 44-22, Denver 40-26. We have 4 guys out for the Warriors. We have Draymond, Iggy, Peyton, and Porter all out. For Denver, it's a bigger list. Here, Will Barton, questionable again. Now, he did not play last night, questionable. So I believe he plays tonight. So I have him in as of right now. I think he wanted to rest the first night of that back-to-back. So I have Barton in. But the guys that are out are Jeff Green, Will Barton, Victor Canchar, Bones Highland. We know Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. So both Porter Jr.'s are out, the Golden State one and the Denver one. So not a lot of surprises there. And really, it's pretty cut and dry if you consider, Barton's going to play. So we've got a lot of things in place here where we can figure out this game. Statistically speaking, Golden State is 12th in pace. Denver is 20th. Golden State's the number one defense in the league. I've said that every day this NBA season because that's where they've been. Denver right square in the middle of the pack at 15th. The big news here, though, is Denver's on the second night of a back-to-back. So not very helpful when you're playing the best defense in the league in Golden State. Again, though, Golden State just a 1.5 point road favorite here. So this should be a very intriguing game. Obviously, when you talk Golden State, you begin with Steph Curry. He's 9-8, but, again, gets trapped in that Harden and Embiid Joker group because, with a 2-game slate, you're not going to have enough value to buy up to like I did yesterday with 4 studs. You're only going to get 2 today. It's just that simple if you want to have a competitive lineup. So Curry's going to be the odd man out of that group for me, although he can, God knows, 15, 16 threes is always an option, but just not quite going to go there because of the price, but he is tempting now that he's dipped below 10K. Moses Moody's starting to show that he can play. He's a nice little value bump there for you at 3.5. Hopefully he gets solid enough minutes. Clay is priced now, very tempting at 6.6. Has not quite looked like himself just yet. Again, you missed 2 years with 2 major injuries. You're not going to be 100%. People think he's going to roll out there and just drain 10 threes. It just doesn't, the body doesn't work like that. So 6.6 is definitely tempting, but not going to be a smash spot for me by any stretch. Wiggins at that 7K price, on any given night can pay that off. Just has not been super consistent of late. Kevon Looney, he's got that big task of trying to stop the Joker, which is not going to be easy. Off the bench, really Poole, Kuminga, the main 2 guys that should get enough minutes at 5.2 and 4.3 that they can make a value play. Monte Morris at 4.7 for Denver. I think with all the guys that are out with Bones, the backup, and a few other guys that aren't going to play is decent play, and he's playing much better. Had a good game last night as well. He's only 4.7. Will Barton, we don't know exactly what we're going to get out of him because he is a little dinged up, but he's 5'9", and we know he's had some big ceiling games. He's had some 50 burgers this year, so he can be considered. The other guy we seem to get in our lineups a decent amount is Aaron Gordon at 5.4, and that never feels good, to be honest with you, because you do not know what he's going to roll out there. He's had some very low floors and some very high ceilings, so more of a GPP rollout at 5.4. Joker at 11.2, I think it's going to be hard to not have him. I mean, to me, it's like on the sites with 2 centers, you roll Embiid and Joker out there on this 2-gamer, get those points, don't mess around, fill in. There's enough that you can fill in a competitive roster. Now, where you can only have 1 center, then that's your choice. 10.8 Embiid, 11.2 Joker. Not much difference in cost, really. It's just who do you think's in the better matchup? And, you've got 234.5 total in that Brooklyn Philly game and 227 in Golden State Denver. So it really is razor thin between Embiid and Joker. And you could make several reasons to go either one here. If I had to pick at this second, I would probably go the Joker, though. I know it's a back-to-back again. I believe it might be it's 4 and 6 nights. I mean, they've been playing a lot of basketball, but I think he looks good. I know he had some slump games, some games where he didn't do as well, but I still think he's playing fine ball. And as great as the defense is with Golden State, their interior defense is just not anywhere near as good as it is when Draymond plays. So I'm thinking that can be a differentiator for him. After that, bench wise, it gets hard. They've got a lot of injuries. I don't really trust anybody coming off that bench. Neither one of these games should have blowout risk at all. So you're going to get, what you need. And the only team on this second night is Denver. So it's going to be a fun little 2-game slate, sort of a relaxation day, but why not make it a takedown day? Let's go after it. Get in the right contest. We'd love to have you join us here at DFS Coach Talk. Go to dfscoachtalk.com. You can join with as little as a 3-day membership for $10. We have our podcast in front of the paywall every day, so we'd love to have you check us out on YouTube. We're DFS Coach Talk. If you're watching on YouTube right now, please take a second, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Those things are extremely important as we try to move up the algorithm on YouTube. If you're listening to us on any of our podcast landing spots, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, wherever it is, a quick 5-star and a comment, those 2 things will get you in a drawing that we have each month for a full access 1-week membership to Coach Talk. That is it, my friends. Quick 2-gamer. Tomorrow's going to be fun. Actually, late tonight, Gundacker and I are going to do the podcast for the Friday slate. It's a huge slate, 10 games, I believe. And that will be posting super late tonight for the slate on Friday. And then we'll be updating things throughout the day Friday as it goes. Also, you'll get an added quick podcast tomorrow of Crash and I going over our prize picks selections for the Friday slate and a couple of quick updates on the status for everything for the Friday game. So we've got you covered wire to wire here. And on the way out the door, I want to thank our presenting sponsor. That is Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com. Use the promo code CoachTalk, all one word, no space. For your first deposit, you use that promo code. They will match you dollar for dollar all the way up to $100. Thank you so much. Again, thank you to Draftkings for the fantastic game and time yesterday. Big shout out to all of our members. Appreciate each and every one of you as we continue to grow and spread the love and spread the winnings. That's what we try to do here at Coach Talk. So again, have a great Thursday. You'll see real late tonight the podcast for Friday of Gunn and I posting. And then we'll certainly be with you again tomorrow for that Prize Picks pod. So have a great one. Appreciate you listening in. And we will catch you again very soon when we look to crush it in NBA DFS.